And you could see how I'm doing it. It's not, it doesn't show you, all right? I just move it up close so you can hear it. But one of the things that I've noticed is one of the mixed feelings that I have about ICE is there's a lot of construction people who can't get jobs. Now, because they would rather hire an illegal, not follow OSHA rules, not pay them the fair amount of money. And then what happens is when they get hurt, they just drop them off at the hospital and run away. Yeah. And none of these people, I'm talking about the illegals who are doing these jobs, they have no job security or anything. It's only temporary.
Right.
And
that's gone. Those days are gone.
Right. Much. And that's why I have such mixed feelings about what's going on with the illegals, because they're kind of like scabs in a union, Yeah. If the union decides to strike to get better wages, here the scabs come, and it makes it harder for the union to kind of work together to build it. Well, illegals have done that to the construction people. Almost every person that I know, like you, some of them drink too much, some of them are on painkillers, but all of them work their whole lives in construction. And then like about 10-15 years ago, they couldn't get a job, or they can only work seasonal, or they only work here and there. And the people who got their jobs now are illegals. Yeah. And you can't help to feel sorry for the illegals because they want to be here for a better life. Yeah. But at the same time, look what they've done to the working class and the working people.
Yeah, they cut their throats, so to speak. They work for less money,
Mm-hmm.
So who would you rather pay, $20 an hour or $5 an hour?
Right.
Who are you going to pick, you know what I mean?
Well, and the impression that I get, because I know some of these construction illegal people that I'm talking about, because the company doesn't pay taxes or any of the benefits or anything, they will pay them more like $10 an hour. But they'll pay them like $10 an hour. But with all the taxes and everything for you, it ends up being more like $50 an hour to hire you. And it has been such a double-edged sword. I have known people who had construction companies, building decks and roofs and things like that. And they had to go out of business because they couldn't compete with the ones that were...
They can't afford the insurance. Insurance is just to start a business. I did subcontract work, everything. Can't survive. Like I said, then these people that go town to town, they do it for pennies, and you can't. Then you pay taxes to support them on top of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, because they're working under counter. So, and especially since the last few years.
Yeah.
If they're illegal, they were getting all kinds of support.
Yeah.
They were getting housing subsidies, they were getting everything. And at the same time, they were working under the counter in construction, making people like you can't get a job.
The whole family works for a few dollars an hour, but pulled together, it's like, whatever, $34 an hour, $50, together.
Right. Well, most of these apartments that have illegals, they'll have like 20 people in one apartment.
Yeah.
And the thing is, none of them plan on staying here. They just want to work here and send their money home and then build a life.
And it's worth more money back where they live, whatever country, whatever.
Yeah.
That will never change. So like the government, that's not a big issue. To like federal government, that's like, you know what I mean? Homeless or they don't care, unfortunately.
No, they don't care.
To be honest with you.
It seems like all the Democrats who were supporting the illegals, they all said the same thing. We needed someone to wash our toilets clean, cheaper.
All disrespectful stuff.
It was. Yeah. It's like, who's going to cut your lawn? Yeah. Well, years and years ago, the kid next door did it, or somebody had their own lawn service. Now we don't even have those little companies anymore because they've been all put out of business.
Yeah, yep. No, it's just big corporations.
Well, it's not just big corporations.
Mostly.
It's either big corporations or people who are willing to hire under the counter, not hire a company.
Yeah. A person like me does it the right way, you get screwed all the time.
Basically, that's why you've been out here for 15 years.
My brother, company too. He had,
Good morning, honey.
went through all that too. Taxes and taxes, tax to death. That's it's can't survive.
No, you can't survive. And the only way you can survive is to break the rules and hire somebody.
Yeah. Vicious cycles.
No,
So
and you said you were a subcontractor.
Yeah, sometimes it's subcontract. Yeah, I've worked downtown the courthouse. I did fireproofing down there. They screw me out of my hourly wage too down there. I found out years later. That's hard work too.
It is hard
That's
work.
another issue there.
There's a guy at the shelter right now. He worked for the town of Waterbury for 31 years in the park and rec, and he's at the shelter.
I worked for the park department for like 3 months too.
Yeah.
Back a few years back.
So
And refuse too. Like 6 months I worked for the city.
yeah,
It's seasonal,
yeah, seasonal.
Yeah. They
But
don't pay much.
No, they don't. Not for seasonal. Usually they hire you for seasonal, and if the open's permanent, they'll hire you permanently. But this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a group of people who was sold the American dream. You work hard, you do the right thing, you will have dignity,
Yeah.
And what they did is they sold us out.
Yeah.
They sold us out for special interests. They sold us out for, things that they shouldn't have sold us out for. And don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking the illegals. They came here, they were sold a Bill of Rights too. They told them that there were plenty of jobs here. It wasn't true, The jobs were given to them and pushed our wages down and pushed our little small businesses out of business.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So,
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever stop that kind of.
I'm
You know what I mean?
well, a lot of people voted for Trump because they expected it would stop.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I stopped voting. I stopped voting years ago. I used to vote all the time, but it doesn't matter who you vote for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
A lot of people are attacking white men, and I'm going to say it that way.
Oh yeah.
And they're attacking white men because they say they destroyed the whole society.
Yeah, it's all the racial stuff and all that. A lot of that's created though.
Oh, it is all created. And the reason why I bring that up is you're a perfect example. You're a vegetarian. You don't do drugs. You don't drink. I know if this was the 90s, people would assume you were a Democrat.
Really?
A peace-loving granola kind of person.
Hippie or something.
Yeah.
Eats lettuce on it.
No, yeah, basically.
Brown rice.
And that's why I made them know that you're a vegetarian and you don't drink and all that stuff. I wanted them to know, it's not what you think is out here.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I want them to. I'm so tired of people parroting what people are trying to tell them, because the people who are trying to tell you and parrot, their sayings, they don't really know what's going on out here.
Yeah.
And they think that, the people out here are all on drugs, they're all drinking, they did something to fuck up their life. And it wasn't. In your case, our society just decided we didn't need you anymore. And 15 years ago, you've been out here.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.